Growing up, you grew up, obviously your dad in politics your whole childhood, correct?
My dad, and not only my dad, my great-grand-uncle was the mayor of Manila, Lolo Hermie. And then my lolo was also in politics. He was working for the Metro Manila Commission. And then my dad, back in the 60s, ran for councilor. And then he was working for the city of Manila. And then in the 80s, he was a congressman. In the 90s, he was vice mayor. And then he became mayor. And then now he's congressman. So all my life, I was immersed in politics. I was also city councilor for 9 years.
Wow.
And then 3 years a barangay chairman. For 12 years, I was an elected politician.
Was that stressful? Enjoyable?
Oh, no. Well, the first few years, I thought that it was my purpose. Then after like 3 years, I realized that I wasn't doing it for the right purpose.
Why?
I was doing it for my dad. I was doing it for my family. I should be doing it for the people. And that's not the right purpose to do it for my family. And then after 3 years, I was just so tired because it was not my passion and not my purpose. And
were you able to create a difference in society in your place?
I would say
Looking back,
I would say yes, but I was also corrupted.
you were.
Yeah.
How come?
Power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. For instance, my office would run on a budget of, let's say, 120,000 a month in terms of just running the office and allowances for certain people. And my salary was 16,000 pesos. And the office budget was 19,000 pesos or 20,000 pesos. How do you make the office run? So you have to, I had ghost employees, typical. And then whenever people would offer something for certain favors, I would say yes. And I would rationalize and think it's for the people anyway because I'm going to use it for the people.
Did you?
Initially, it starts like that. Yeah, you use it for the people. You give it away. You give it to people who are in need. But you keep a huge amount for yourself also. And then the money gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then the greed gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You keep a bigger amount for yourself and little na for the people. That's how corruption starts. And I would say that 99.99999% of politicians, they will not admit. But they have become corrupted. And that's the reason why I don't want to get back to politics. Because I'm a born-again Christian now. And I found Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. And to be Christian and to be in politics, it's so difficult. It's like in the Bible, the book of when Jonah the Lord wanted Jonah to go back to Nineveh. And he said, no, I don't want. He had to be swallowed by a whale to be spat out and be brought to Nineveh. I would have to be swallowed by a whale for me to get back to politics.
But don't you think,
I hate it.
Don't you think you being a Christian, you being Kuya Kim, that is a walking encyclopedia, wisdom, humility, a great man, today with what you know, will be good again for office?
I'm a Christian, Matteo, and I pray a lot, and I ask for guidance a lot, and I've been gifted with very clear signs. I got into television because of a clear sign that I prayed for. When I pray for a clear sign, the Lord gives me clear signs. If the sign is very clear, then I probably will consider it. But if you check my heart now, it's the farthest from my heart. I actually hate it. It's not that I dislike it or I'm staying away from it. I hate politics.
Because of the dirtiness of it.
Because of what I see. I like to talk about it. I can analyze it because of my many years in it. But I'd rather be Kuya Kim on television. I'd rather be Kuya Kim on social media.
But don't you want to stop the corruption? Don't you want more progress for our country? For better change?
But it might change me when I enter. It might change me.
So it's impossible, Kuya Kim.
There are many ways to change society aside from getting elected. I would rather not have that kind of power that will corrupt me. I have power now. I have power of influence. I have power of... People believe me. People listen to what I say. And that is the platform that God gave me. And change can be done with that platform even more powerfully than getting elected. Would you rather listen to Kuya Kim? Or would you rather listen to Congressman Kim or Senator Kim or Mayor Kim? As Kuya Kim, people really like me. When I go out there, they like me. As Mayor Kim or Congressman Kim or Senator Kim, they pretend to like me, but they don't. Do they listen to me? Yeah, because I'm in front of them. But when I turn my back, they probably curse at me. That's how politics is, and I don't want to be in that space.
So, for Pacquiao, everybody loves Pacquiao. He's a champion. He's he holds all these titles. He's done so great for our country, Hall of Fame here, there, wherever. And now, what's next for him?
Well,
so what can you say about that?
He's running for president, no? I would say from a real politic point of view, for my many years in politics, analyzing it objectively, not because I like Pacquiao or not because Pacquiao's very close to my dad. My dad,
And I think he's a great human being.
he's a great human
with
being.
a great heart.
He's clean and he's sincere. He's sincere.
And he wants good for people.
His winnability will depend on his fight with Spence. To
win for presidency?
this time, people are looking at sportsmen. Heidelin Diaz, another boxer is about to make gold also. Another boxer made bronze yesterday.
Army.
Army. Katim mo. But people are looking at sportsmen now as inspiration. Imagine Pacquiao winning against Spence. That would inspire a lot of people also that might actually translate to them considering voting for him.
But isn't training for a match or being an athlete different from sitting down and
Totally.
making laws?
In the same way, being an artista is a totally different skill from being president of the land. Diba? And we had artista presidents as well. But it doesn't disqualify them for running from office because they
come equipped naman, diba? They study, they come equipped
Yeah.
before they sit in wherever they want to sit.
Yeah.
But do you think, I mean, in your perspective, you think
Yeah.
he will be a good leader for us?
Well, he may be.
Okay.
He may be. He's a good leader of self.
Yeah.
I to be an athlete, you need discipline.
Of course.
To be a good leader of the nation, you have to be first and foremost a good leader of yourself. To be able to be a world-class boxer and the best boxer in the world takes leadership of self.
Of course.
Diba? A lot of people are presenting themselves to be leaders of the country when they're alcoholic or when they have 5 wives because they can't control their libido. Then they're not good leaders of selves. How can they lead a nation?
What about the people in your team? A team makes success of somebody, right? So if you're Kuya Kim's great, but the people around you is medyo rusty. What can you say about that? And
He would have to do a lot of cleansing also. If he becomes president, he would have to do a lot of cleansing of certain people around him. That's true.
Yeah.
And they're cleansing themselves already. A lot of people are cutting themselves off from Manny Pacquiao, and these people are seen as bad influences, but they're cutting themselves off now because they think that Pacquiao is not winnable. Again, let me look at another potential president also para we're not limited to Manny Pacquiao. My good friend, Isko Moreno. Now, Isko is something else. Isko naman has experience.
And he's great. He's done great with his
with Manila.
Yeah, with Manila.
Manila is the microcosm of the Philippines. If you do great in Manila, then that's practice for the Philippines. And Isko started from nothing. He was my batchmate in the city council.
Okay.
He started out as councillor. That was his first break in the council. And we were together for 6 years because on the 9th year, I was already graduate. He went on as councillor. And then after councillor, during his stint in the city council with me, he was administration and then he was opposition. So he knows how it is to be administration and opposition. And then he ran for vice mayor. He won. And then he was with the mayor and then he was against the mayor. So he knows how it is to be administration and opposition. Then he ran as senator and lost. He knows how it is to lose. And then he ran for mayor and ERAP was a far llamado candidate. But Isko was able to inch by inch eventually win against ERAP. So imagine that wealth of experience that Isko has. So if I were to choose someone who's most equipped to be president, Isko would be it also. Isko's been through so much and he knows wala nang practice yan. Someone kasi out from the cold, you put him in a position of president, magpa-practice pa yan.
Yeah.
Ang haba ng trial and error. After 3 years, dyan pa lang matututo ng trabaho yan. On the 4th year, that's when real change will start. But getting someone locally, a local boy who was mayor of Manila, who has all this experience, the learning curve will be so short that a lot of change will happen right away. So that's my objective perspective between Manny Pacquiao, Isko Moreno. Manny has the ability to inspire because of his life. Isko has the ability to execute because of his experience. Action kagad yan. Actually, a good ticket would be a combination of both.
Really?
Yeah. Again,
this is interesting, because
I'm not saying that I'm campaigning for them.
we're just speaking.
This is my objective point of view when it comes to those two.
And we want the best for our country and for
We
our
want the
people.
best for our country. Yeah. We're not campaigning for anyone here. in this
Nobody.
podcast,
We're
yeah.
just